Bring in Tanya Haj Hassan now, who's a pediatric intensive care doctor and works with Doctors Without Borders. She's also co-founder of Gaza Medic Voices. She joins us from Amman. Tanya Haj Hassan, a warm welcome to you. Firstly, your response on what you are hearing tonight coming out of northern Gaza, particularly in and around the Shifa hospital.
I mean, it's horrific. The direct targeting started last night. Obviously, this is not the first time this week, but quite heavily overnight last night. They hit the entrance of al-Shifa hospital, the emergency department entrance, as well as the backside of al-Shifa hospital. They also hit the labor and delivery ward directly. So one of our colleagues sent us footage of smoke coming from the top of the hospital. I'm sure I haven't had a chance to watch the news, the footage that you've shared on Al Jazeera today, but I'm sure you've shared the entrance of the hospital and the compound that was hit and the massacre of internally displaced people. There were at least 13 people killed. There was blood everywhere. There were refugees on the floor. Complete leg amputation from the explosion, hemorrhaging onto the ground, children that were dead lying on the ground. I mean, really horrific images of a hospital compound. And ever since then, I mean, we've received repeated reports. Colleagues working for MSF have sent testimonies in of the hospital being bombarded, of them trying to figure out how to find safety. Colleagues in and out of Shifa are begging for international intervention. We received this message from the director of surgery at al-Shifa. He said, "Dear colleagues, the situation in Shifa now is extremely dangerous. We as medical staff want to leave, but we cannot. We might not survive till morning. We don't want to be killed here, not only because we remained committed to our patients, or just only because we remained committed to our patients and our medical profession. I am calling for help urgently. Please do whatever you can through your government or through the International Red Cross to arrange a safe corridor for medical staff. Please treat this as top urgent." I'm speechless.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is the fourth or fifth hospital in the last 24 hours that has been targeted. I am speechless. This is prohibited under international law. It is known that targeting a functional hospital is a war crime. Our colleagues are in there treating patients. I have no more words. Every humanitarian provider, every humanitarian doctor, every organization has been out there for weeks saying this has got to stop. And every day there's a new level of atrocious, ruthless impunity with which these crimes are being committed. They are crimes against humanity. I am pleading with leaders, with individuals, with organizations, whoever you are, if you're listening to this, I can't imagine your humanity saying anything other than this has to stop.
Tanya, do stay with us. I'm just going to remind our viewers of what they are seeing on their television screens at the moment, but because we've heard now of this Israeli bombardment that has hit the Shifa hospital. That is the largest medical facility in the Gaza Strip. It's been regarded for a long time now as a safe haven for people trying to escape and avoid the conflict. Dr. Tanya Haj Hassan, you know that hospital well. We can only imagine the strain and the pressure that doctors there are under, and now this bombardment. Where could possibly the people who are in that hospital, many of them injured, many already in need of dire support, where could they get to? Where could they escape to?
I don't know. I mean, all the international organizations have been saying for weeks it is impossible to evacuate that patient, that hospital, without giving a death sentence to these patients. There are intensive care patients on ventilators. You cannot transport these patients. One of my colleagues, a surgeon, described evacuating this morning on a donkey cart and on foot with snipers and tanks pointing at her. And crude things being yelled at her by the Israeli soldiers. I am just speechless And I'm sorry if you hear the anger, frustration, desperation, sadness in my voice. All of those things are true. I am genuinely fearful of the level of impunity which with this is happening. These are unprecedented crimes against humanity in modern times. We know better.